Welcome back, everyone. My name's Wade. This is Bourbon Hall. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And this is another video for Wade versus the pros. Let's go! Hey, while you guys are here, smash that like, comment down below, subscribe if you're not. Appreciate you much for doing that. That helps me more than you know. And also, if you enjoy my content, think about helping me out in a few other ways, checking out some of the fun shirts that I've created. Also, I have a Patreon. Check it out. There's lots of cool perks in there. But you're here to see if I can continue my winning streak. That's right. I've nailed is a strong word. I've got real close on the last two of these. And so if you don't know what this is, if this is your first time coming in, this is Wade versus the pros. And that means I went through Fred Minnick, Matt from ADHD Whiskey, and Jason from Mash and Drum. I find them some of the higher quality, just overall profilers of bourbon. And so from the nose as well as the taste, I am not as good as them, but I wanted to see how I compare towards them. So I watched some of their videos. I found the videos that they reviewed that I had bottles of. I wrote down all their tasting notes, and my wife blinded it all. So I don't know what I'm trying, when I'm trying it, but it's kind of fun. So let's get it. Sample. Glenn, we're ready. All right, and open the sample bottle. Random sample, anywhere we go. There we go. How you guys doing? If you guys haven't seen any of my other ones, go check those. I think that they're fairly entertaining and a lot of fun. Also, I had a subscriber send me the whole Pappy line. So I'm gonna be going through and reviewing that, and I have a few comparison videos, and not sure when that's gonna come out. It may have already come out, but there's gonna be a few of them. So check those out as well, because we might find something out real interesting if Pappy and some of the different Pappy or Van Winkles or whatever they are worth the money. So we've got today, number 13. Good old lucky 13. All right. So if you haven't been here before, I put the graphics so you guys know what I'm drinking and and all the notes and all that stuff before I know. So you can watch and enjoy it and just mock me if you want to. But you know what? I'm coming in with a pretty solid streak of 2. And I have nothing but faith, because that's all we can have, right? Sometime. Number 13. All right, guys. So I will be honest. The last 2 that I tried were C923 Elijah Craig and then Stag 23A. Those profiles are fairly dramatic, strong, and fairly evident. So maybe I got lucky with the higher proof things that are pretty easy to pick out. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out with this one, because who knows what it is. Well, it's not quite as a nose bomb. Caramel! I know there's a drinking game, so I'm just gonna say caramel and get you every once in a while. That's 2 caramels, that's 3. All right. Also, just appreciate you guys watching. I'm just gonna roll this glass around so I can get the aromas here. I catch a little bit of a rye spice there. Not sure why. I don't know how many ryes I have in here, but probably have a few. All right. Almost a little bit of a tart nose. Yeah, it's not sour, just bright. Oh, what can I attribute that to? And here's always the pressure is I'm not trying to match. I'm just trying to say what I get from those pros. Those pros pick out stuff that, it's hard for me to even recognize what that flavor would be sometimes. This smells like a hibiscus flower when there's, Mountain Dew on it, and the bee has just lifted off with a whole thing of pollen. It's a pollinated hibiscus flower. Something like that. That one has me a little bit, I'm not catching a whole lot. That's a very interesting nose. So I would assume if it's that kind of nose, and I've really caught the last few, that it's lower proof. We'll find out when we try it. It's almost a little bit of a toffee and straw. Yeah. There might be a little bit of a fruit in there, but I'm not quite picking out what kind. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe a citrus fruit of some kind. Anyway, want to say thanks for watching. Cheers. Let's get it. That was not... That was an interesting drink. Not bad, just not what I was really expecting. It was almost, it kind of followed that tartness to the front of the tongue, and then it really went into a nice oaky vanilla in the back. But really, and I've got to maybe have another sip of that because the mid palate seemed to wash away fairly quickly. The back is nice, it's really sitting nicely there. It's mostly just that oaky vanilla, but it was almost like a lemon or something like that on the front. Let's try it again. Well, that's considerably different. Second sip always tells a little bit. I wouldn't say that this is overly proofy. Who knows? Maybe it's just a really well balanced. I almost get a funk there, which isn't bad, but it's a kind of a wheat funk or something like that. That's, I'm trying to think what I know tastes like that. And I think that this is probably, taste real, you know, the more you let it linger, and I gotta say, it lingers for a long time. And that's really some of the things that I really enjoy about a good bourbon, is that it lingers. It sits there and it allows you to slowly sip it and enjoy all those different like compounds and flavors that come through. Yeah, that's like vanilla cream on the back. On the front is the weird part. One more, and then I'll try to figure it out. Front of that palate is just a little bit different. It almost has a little bit of a, it's got a funk and almost a little bit of that Sharpie note. Not bad. Man, I'm gonna be way, way off on this one. Here's my worried face. I'm worried. Because I'm not sure what that could be, but that is something that is, right now, today, I don't know if that's one of my favorites. Which is interesting about palates, right? Because palates can change every day and sometimes multiple times a day. I had speaking of which, I got a smoke wagon small batch. A liquor store worker wanted to have a pour for his dad. He didn't know what to have, and they just got in smoke wagon. And so I was trying to push him towards the uncut, regular unfiltered. And they didn't have that, so I bought the small batch and gave him a sample to see if that's something he'd want to give his dad. Helping him out because he doesn't know a whole lot about bourbon, and he knows that I know enough to maybe guide him a little bit. And yesterday, tried that, sipped it a little bit. It was pretty leathery and kind of tannic. And then went back last night to try it again, and it definitely opened up and bloomed. So it was a little bit easier of a drink and more my palate. So hopefully he enjoys it, and hopefully his dad enjoys it. All right, last sip. I think it's just oak tannins that I'm catching, that is a little bit sour and funky. So maybe it's a higher oaked product. Maybe that's it. I was kind of thinking it was a sour component, and now I'm thinking it's more of oak. It's pretty oak forward. It's oak vanilla. I don't get a lot of fruits or berries or anything else. It's just kind of vanilla and oak. Not a bad pour. That actually opened up. Yeah, pretty nice there. Yeah, oak. So, number 13. Let's see what it is. Let me see if I got my notes. My wife moved my notes and I don't know where my notes are. I'll be right back. Found my notes. All right, so you guys are probably mocking me here. I'm actually a little worried about this one. 13. 13. Number, that one back, number 14. Okay. The grand reveal. I feel scared and oaky. Okay. Heh. Didn't know much about this product, but I do have it. All right. So this is Mash and Drum. Cheers to Jason, that dude rocks. This is Shenks, 91.2 proof. His nose, toffee, buttery, butterscotch, raspberry. Tasting, good spicy from French oak. That's probably where the oak is. That's probably the funk that I'm catching that I wasn't really used to, is the French oak. Chocolatey, dark fruit, vanilla custard, yeah. And butter cookie with icing. Interesting, butter cookie. I can probably get there with that vanilla and the, more of a shortbread for me maybe. I just don't catch the sweetness that he does. But I could get kind of that butter toffee. Yeah, I get that. So, was it a success? Yeah, I'll give myself 50% on that one. Not bad, not great. Shenks isn't a bad drink. It really I needed to drink it a little bit though. And I gotta say, I have the bottle right here. I've had it for probably 8 months. It's just not one that I revisit a lot. I do share it a lot. It's a good pour. It's just not something that is like really in my powerhouse. So that kind of tracks. You know, it's just not my palate. With that, appreciate you guys watching this again, watching me have a little bit of fun and trying to see if I can pull out anything or not. My name is Wade, this is Bourbon Hall, and I appreciate you watching. Until next time, let's share some good whiskey, huh? Peace.